Hi, welcome to this episode of The Sky This Week, a weekly briefing about the celestial objects visible in the upcoming week. From the very beginning of this program, every week we have been insisting on observing the moon. There are reasons for asking to do so. First, from these observations, we can understand how one can infer the position of moon with the help of stars which are named as Nitya Nakshatras. This in turn will define the day of month. Secondly, by observing rise and set of moon, we gather many important clues on the orbit of moon around the earth. On new moon day, moon rises with sun and sets along with sun. On first quarter, that is on 8th day of waxing moon, moon rise occurs at noon and set at midnight. On full moon day, moon rise in the evening soon after the sunset. On third quarter, that is on 22nd day after the new moon, waning moon rises around midnight and sets at noon. What else we can understand? We will discuss further in upcoming episodes. Now, let us quickly glance at what objects we can see in the night sky. As usual, we start our observation of evening sky by identifying these 7 stars of Saptarishi Mandala or Big Dipper. Identify pole star using them. Perhaps you are observing the orientation of the 7 stars which is changing week after week. This is cardinal north. Turn towards east. Here you can see Jupiter and Saturn. In the southern sky, near the horizon, you can see these 2 bright stars of Centaurus constellation, Alpha Centauri and Beta Centauri. Towards west, you can see the bright star Spica or Chitta of Virgo constellation. Nearby, you can see another bright star Arcturus or Swati of Bootes constellation. Now, let us see the early morning sky. Around 4:30 am, we start again looking for pole star. This time, there is another constellation, Cassiopeia, which can help us to locate the pole star. This is cardinal north. Towards northeast, you can see Capella of Auriga constellation. You can see Venus in Gemini. Try to identify Castor and Pollux near the horizon. Towards east, you can see Aldebaran or Rohini. Also, you can admire the beautiful sight of Orion constellation, its bright stars Betelgeuse and Rigel. In southeastern sky, you can see Sirius, the brightest star called Lubdaka, and below that you can see Canopus or Agastya. Towards south, you can see bright star Achernar of Eridanus constellation. In the southwestern sky, you can see Fomalhaut of Pisces Austrinus. High in the sky, you can see red planet Mars. Now, let us attempt to catch a glimpse of moon's position this week. 17th August, moon is in Cancer. Crescent moon is visible in the dawn. Today's Nitya Nakshatra is Pushya, barely visible near the horizon. 18th August, today's Nitya Nakshatra is Ashlesha. Neither the moon nor the star will be seen because moon is still moving in Cancer but nearer to the sun than the previous day. 19th August, moon is with sun in Leo. This is new moon day, therefore it is not visible at all. Today's Nitya Nakshatra is Pushya. 20th August, crescent moon is seen in Leo. just above the horizon at dusk, but it is going to be difficult to see this thin crescent. Today's Nitya Nakshatra is Purva Phalguni. 21st August, crescent moon has moved a little higher. Today's Nitya Nakshatra is Uttara or Uttara Phalguni. It is not a bright star. 22nd August, moon is seen still higher at dusk near Karvas, which is called Asta. Today's Nitya Nakshatra is Asta. 23rd August, moon is seen in Virgo near Spika. Today's Nitya Nakshatra is Chitta, a bright star. Thus we see that 2 days before and after the new moon, we may not be able to see the moon at all. Thank you.